Hey guys, it's your buddy, your pal, it is the IT Collector, and today we're doing another Star Wars video on the continuing line of the Micro Galaxy Squadron line that they just came out earlier this year. Specifically today we're going to be talking about this bad boy right here, which is the Imperial Troop Transport. Now, depending on your age, some of you guys remember this vehicle toy as a kid in the 70s, 80s. I believe they came out with it for the 3.75 figures. I didn't have it, but I know that it came out back then. And the odd thing about it, correct me if I'm wrong, it was never in the movies. So it was just kind of created there just to sell more toys. And I believe the backstory on this is in The Mandalorian, Dave Filoni, and I forget the other guy's name, but they wanted to, John Favreau, how could I forget? They wanted to include this, probably because they played with it. So they actually ended up creating it in the movie, or in the series, Mandalorian series, and here we are. Now we have this transport toy that will kind of look pretty good with your collection and everything. If you're not familiar with this line yet, it is to equal or rival about 20 years ago, Micro Machines came out with Action Fleet series. A lot of ships and vehicles from Star Wars. They're a little bit bigger in scale, but they're all the same scale. So that's what kind of separates this line to that line. Is, for example, you don't have a speeder bike that's the same size of the Razor Crest or this transport. It's actually to scale, unlike that other series. Although that other one was pretty awesome. If you check out some of my other videos, I have a collection on that, and I made a pretty good video on the Action Fleet series. And it's still out there if you want to collect that line. You can find it on eBay, of course, and I think even Amazon has some brand new ones from 20 years ago. They're not too much more expensive than these right here. So speaking of these right here, the Razor Crest, the Transport, and Boba Fett and the Millennium Falcon are their larger ships and vehicles in this line, so they cost a little bit more. The Millennium Falcon's around $45. I believe this was around $25, and I think the Razor Crest was around $30. So it all kind of depends on the size, but we pay a little bit more, you get another figure. So some of the other, like the TIE Fighter or the X-Wing Fighter, only come with the pilot and a droid maybe. Here it comes with 2 Stormtroopers. The other vehicles you can see come with more at least two minimum people, which are about 1 inch in height. Which I'll open it up and let's get into it and open it up and take a closer look at this bad boy. Alright, so now that we got it out of the box, let's talk about the box real quick before we look at the actual vehicle. So every box comes with this collectible blueprint right here. I'm not sure if anybody collects these, but you can cut them out, and probably for kids to hold on to them. I don't know if they would trade them, but that's what that is. And then here it shows you all the parts that move. So you have the cockpit open up 90 degrees, the back transport area, cargo hold if you will, the turrets on top, and then the little like cage side areas, and the little turrets in front also move. And then here it just shows the other light armored class vehicles and the Starship class, just showing you the other vehicles that they come with or in this line. This is part of the transport class. And then regarding the box, they do have artwork there that you can probably put the figure, you can take it out and put the vehicle there and have it as a background, as a diorama, possibly. That's just my own guess. And then the only accessory is the 2 Stormtroopers right there, which are about 1 inch in size, and it comes with obviously 2 of them, one with the gun, one without. Not much detail, but it is only about 1 inch. So that's pretty much the gist of the box. And so yeah, let's take a closer look at the actual vehicle. So as I mentioned before, this is a kind of nostalgic one. It does roll. It has wheels on the bottom, and there's actually the detail at the bottom. Not much detail. You can see the screws there. Like I mentioned, these doors open to hold the Stormtroopers, all three of them. Yeah, all three of them do. The turret moves up and down, side to side, and this turret as well. Just pop open the cockpit, and there you can see you can put the two Stormtroopers in there, and that's you know, not much detail to them right there, but it is what it is. It's such a small vehicle. And then the back opens up. That I haven't done yet, so let me figure out how to do that. Oh, it's this whole thing, I think. Yeah, so there you go, and you can put the more troops or whatever you want back there. Oops. And so yeah, not too much detail, but that's pretty much how this is. There's the back, and there's the sides again, and the top. So pretty cool little transport vehicle. It's basically a replica of the toy from the 70s that never existed in the movies. But just for size comparison, there is Boba Fett's ship next to it, or even the Razor Crest. Since this series they do to scale, so that's pretty cool. And this back here is the Action Fleet series. You can see that they just did one size fits all type of scale. So obviously the difference in size of the Action Fleet right here is pretty different. So make sure you check out my other reviews so you can see this series Action Fleet X-Wing versus the Micro Squadron X-Fleet, so you can see the size comparison. But for right now, this is the Troop Transport in detail. So there you go. There is a closer look at this awesome little transport vehicle. If you didn't get it back in the day, now is your chance to get it. Of course, it's on a different scale, but it's pretty well done, as you saw in details. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. I believe I'm gonna have a lot more as the line continues. I'm gonna do a review on each one, and hopefully I have the equivalent of the action figures or Action Fleet. That way we can compare the scale in detail. Obviously these are from The Mandalorian and they weren't out 20 years ago, so I have nothing to compare it to. But for example, check out my other videos if you want to see Boba Fett Slave 1 versus the Slave 1 from 20 years ago, or there's also Millennium Falcon versus the one from 20 years ago. So you can see the size difference, the scale between the two. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure you subscribe for more Star Wars content, but not just Star Wars. I do a lot of stuff from the 80s, 90s, early 2000s, such as Marvel, DC, Ninja Turtles, Back to the Future, Predator, Terminator, all that type of stuff. So yeah, I hope you enjoy this channel. Make sure you click like, and as always, stay collecting, my friends.